Theme song
2.0.
Aaron swallowed a chicken. Yeah, Aaron just walked in going, and I'm going to try and imitate this sound as identically as possible. No, that's a bit high. Yeah, it was a bit like that. It was throaty, but like with a distinctly content to it. It was kind of like an old dowager having her bottom pinched in a fucking, Marx Brothers movie or something. It was, it was like that. But like, Aaron goes, I'm sorry, I've got the hiccups. And that was an interesting thing to say, because hiccups don't sound like that. And then Aaron proceeded to take me on this long, just this journey of explaining why him hooting like a 60-year-old woman being pinched on the buttocks was normal for him and how his hiccups work. And I don't know enough about hiccups to completely dispute it. Perhaps you could argue about that in the comments. What do your hiccups sound like? She was a portly lady too. It was kind of a woman with a lot of diaphragm. Maybe she was an opera singer when she was a bit younger. You know, like that was what they used to do. They were all vaudevillians back in those days. You know, so like the lady would be like, in the Marx Brothers movies being like basically made fun of, but she was like actually like a classically trained singer and shit.
I was a vaudevillain.
I feel like that's something that doesn't come up enough in the post-apocalyptic games and movies. Is like, I feel like vaudeville would make a sudden comeback.
100%, yeah.
Because you'd need basically the internet, but like live. And that's what vaudeville was. Like you'd go and you'd get like a fucking, an act, a song, like a comedy routine, that's, it was just, here's like 5 different kinds of entertaining thing just jammed into one fucking spot and it'll cost you a nickel. And you get to eat like a fucking sausage on your way out. And then you go home and kick your kids in the face and go to bed.
Question.
Yes.
Dagwood dog or corn dog?
In Australia, the Dagwoods. I don't know what a fucking corn dog is. It might be its own
It's
thing.
exactly the same thing, I think.
Locally,
what
they
name
call
do you
Dagwood
think
dogs.
better?
I mean, is corn involved? Like, are they made from cornmeal? What's the coating? Look this up. I wanna research this. I feel like this is one of those questions the internet can render meaningless because in Australia, you get so it is just a corn dog.
Cornmeal batter.
Okay, well at least that makes sense.
That's where they get the corn from.
All right, we'll go down to Dagwood Dog's recipe. Ooh, Keith's quality foods. So much nicer than Keith's not very quality foods. And yeah, I know.
Naked sausages just look weird.
Well, no, because that's the thing. They use actual hot dogs because a hot dog and a sausage are very different things.
Yeah.
And in Australia, we mostly eat sausages. Like, you have a sausage, but like on a hot dog, bun. I do that all the time. So there's fucking hot dog on, sausage on bread. Just fucking eat it. In Americans and, really overseas a lot, like you get the hot dogs, which are very different. You can get them in Australia. Like they even have those fucking packages of them and shit. But like, there's something about seeing them just boiled in water that just makes me sad. That looks like a fucking Depression era food that we just still consume for some reason.
Gabriel,
So,
a pinch of salt. Astro, how much salt? Astro just pinch is fine. You fucking moron. It's literally in the ingredients.
show more comments because I don't think that thread's done.
Oh. Apparently they changed it after. There's more afoot here. They're wronging Astro.
Astro cares too much about this. Okay, so it's polenta.
I've never heard
So
polenta.
are we rubbing a fucking hot dog with... I've heard of polenta.
I haven't.
All right, yeah, it's fucking cornmeal.
Okay.
All right, well, there we go. It's like, it's something that the hippies were into a little while ago. Like, it was like the alternative to like fucking potatoes or some shit, I think. So, fucking Dagwood dog is just a fucking...
Corn dog.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to piece it together. It's like it's a hot dog dipped in polenta and then fried.
Yep.
I haven't had one...
I don't
Christ
like
knows
them.
how long.
They make
like,
me ill.
honestly, I think I was single digits. So I think the last time I went to the fucking exhibition.
All I remember is the one time my friend was like, "Oh, come on, have one," and I was like, "Maybe."
What's a
And
Chico roll?
walked over.
Yeah.
And this was at the Ekka.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, the Ekka, the Australian,
It's a state fair.
it's a state fair, and they have this stand here for Dagwood dogs. Now they have the sourcing station, which was just a big fucking pot.
That is fucking
Like a
great.
big fuck off pot that people were just walking over and dunking their food in.
That's great.
Just communally. And I'm
it
like,
needs a pump. Yeah, you need a
like,
pump. You can't leave people.
No.
Especially at the exhibition, because that is where viruses meet and mutate into horrid new things.
If you don't get sick, coming out of the Echo,
It's not
you're
really a trip to the Echo then.
like, exactly. You're going to get sick. Anyway, what were you talking about?
Chico roll.
Chico
Look at the
roll.
Chico roll. 'Cause that's another one of those things that's an Australian food that I've never really, like, and I'm just assuming I've eaten it. Like, so that's some kind of like weird abomination of like a food. I don't trust the Chico website.
No.
I want to tell you that.
Okay, so chop suey rolls
All right,
at a similar product to line.
I feel like
Flimsy.
Chico was like a slur against the Chinese ages ago, and then. All right,
They look
so
grotty.
they do. Like that's the thing. Dagwood dogs and Chico rolls are just that like
So
weird
grotty, man.
feral bogan food, like real low tier. Like this is the shit that like people just used to eat before like, fucking takeaway got half fucking functional in this country.
Holy shit.
It is. It's just like a tube of like off Chinese ingredients.
I used to love magazine ads. I thought they were fantastic.
That is great.
It was so good.
Like that's the thing about like having titties and your product in an ad. It's not going to confuse me into thinking your product's titties. The most that is going to get me to do is jerk off. But then I'm not going to associate jerking off with your fucking Chico rolls.
I will always bring up the gobble dog.
Yeah, no, this is a piece of history.
It just always has to be shown.
Art in the center. Stop. Middle.
Ooh. Holy shit. I wasn't ready. That
was unpleasant. Oh! Ah!
It looks like
Why are the kids as ugly?
It looks like a pissed off punk rocker.
Yeah. Let's just we have a job to do or something today, don't we? Let's not do this anymore. I don't. This is I'm pulling out. This is the rabbit hole, and I need to escape.
It's that one. Oh,
That's
that's Fuzz Bucket.
Yeah.
Fuck
Ooh, now that I
bucket.
look at it, I feel like it's just the fucking.
It's the gobble dog.
Yeah, it is just the gobble dog.
They've stolen that. They just like smushed his face.
Well, I feel like they're of the same species.
True.
Like that's just like the Frenchman of gobble dogs.
Fucking gobble dog is
Because
the dude from Pikmin, and in Pikmin 2 there was a long skinny one, and that's fucking Fuzz Bucket.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mario and Luigi.
Well, again, like the different ethnicities are human. Like if you put like some fucking Sudanese basketball player next to like a fucking little white gymnast, they don't look like they're the same fucking species.
Yeah.
Like you just look at those two things, it's like, oh, those are different.
That's true.
So like that's probably that. Like Fuzz Bucket's just like
Fuzz Bucket.
Fuzz Bucket is the name of a gobble dog.
Fuzz Bucket.
But fuck it.
But fuck John Lovitz.
John Yeah, you're gonna have to put the link to those in the fucking in the comment in the description or something because that's important. You need someone.
I'll have to hunt those.
When Disney Plus came up and people were finding all the weird because Disney Plus has put everything Disney owned on there, and there is some unspeakable bullshit in that fucking pile. And one of them was Fuzz Bucket, and someone just kept editing.
It was
the
Brock
fucking,
Baker.
Yeah, and they were really well edited. Like, well, they weren't like crude, like expand dong things. Like they made it look like it was the actual title. One of them was butt fuck it, and that's funny. But one of them was just John Lovitz, and that fucking killed me. I do love ones like that where butt fuck it's explicit and it's very funny because obviously Fuzz Bucket, butt fuck it. That's you expect it but you're glad it's there.
Yeah,
But then just John Lovitz, and that is because he does bear a striking resemblance to him is the frustratingly thing. Like, he does look like John Lovitz, and you wouldn't have thought that until somebody pointed it out.
I hope this is it. It is. Yeah, it was. It's the original. So that's the original.
Look at that. Oh, God.
And then.
See, now that's funny. That's just funny. Good, yeah.
Fuck Puppet.
Fuck Puppet's another very good one.
Untucked. John Lovitz.
What other ones are
Fuddruckers.
Bro, stop it. All right,
Oh,
let's not.
Munchie.
We're not gonna. No, I don't want to think about Munchie. That's it.
That's too far.
I don't want. Well, no, that was good, and I don't want to pollute. God damn it! I just thought untuck it again. It's just untuck it's a good one because I see like again like butt fuck it and fuck puppet. They're funny, but they're also funny words.
Yeah.
Like if you just shout butt fuck it, like it's kind of funny because it sounds like one whole word and it's not fuck puppet. Also good, but like. Untuck it is
That's creative because you would never think of that.
Well, it creates what's tucked. You know, like it's one of those ones that, like, through omission, you're forced to think about weird things that you shouldn't be thinking, and so it creates this labyrinth of nightmares and surprises, which is very, very, very funny.
Oh,
Untuck it.
untuck it. Dude, no, Brock Baker's, that dude, some of his comedy is just gold. He's very funny, man.
Oh god, that was good. I'd forgotten about Untuck It. Like I needed that. That just got in there.
That got me
That
through the
uplifted
Mr.
my
Pants
day.
experience.
Nothing. No.
Hey,
What was day one? Oh yeah, that was the fucking pyramids. I forgot
Yeah.
about that shit. I'm just, man, like, you have no idea. Like that wasn't even the most hallucination pyramids I saw that day. Like, for me, giant fucking ziggurats with god eyes in them that, create expanses of impossible geometry.
I'm glad you got to experience that.
I go through
was
that
fun.
from my bed to the toilet in the morning.
That was good.
And then, what was the anus that was Alex, wasn't
Alex.
it? Alex requested Mr. Pants because they were abused as a child. And, people might say that it's not my place to out them for that experience. It's like, well, they selected Mr. Pants, so I think they did that themselves. That is all asking anyone to play Mr. Pants means. That's just declaring help I was abused.
I'm surprised we got as much out of it as we did.
Not even like not even like proper sexually abused either. Like the person who molested them liked feet or something. Like it was one of those weird ones where at the end of it you're just wishing they'd fuck you. Like just at least then you can just sort of pass it in your head. This one it was just like I want you to scream at a cake, and then they're just in the corner dressed as their own mum. And that's worse. Like I'd rather just can you not just jack off while I
I'd
touch
like to
myself?
see
or
women
something?
screaming at
Like,
cakes, actually, now. What do I think about it? That'd be funny.
Like, could I not?
No. Fuck you.
Like, that's the thing.
Racist.
Is that's worse.
Yeah.
Like that is worse. That's the kind of shit that would linger with you, and that's the one that would create those kind of weird PTSD triggers. Like if the only thing that triggers you is the thought of getting raped by some guy, yeah, that's fine. That's normal. It's like being scared of sharks. But like if you think that your fridge is going to turn into a shark, then you're an insane person. If someone makes you scream at a cake while they dress as their mum and touch themselves, then you got a weird fucking prism of shit going on in your head. Like, are you scared of cakes? Are you fucking, scared of like fucking Hitchcock movies? Now there could be anything,
The lens is infinite.
Yeah, like that's the problem is now the fucking wheel of fucking triggers is going to hit something. And kids' birthday parties, it might be like people singing happy birthday, people screaming, I mean, granted, you don't see a lot of people just scream at cakes in general, but like, you could easily, like a birthday party, there's lots of, like, particularly for kids, it's just lots of general screaming and there's a cake. And now because you've had some fucking Mr. Pants experience, like even saying Mr. Pants, that sounds, like if I was watching a news thing and it's like, the man with 4 terabytes of child porn who went by the online handle Mr. Pants, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's fucked up. Of course, that just clicks together like
That's a
fucking
creepy
Lego.
name. That fits.
Yeah. No, that's what I expect. I think there was one dude I remember seeing like, cause he had he had pictures of himself and like he'd used some program to just twist his face up. And I think he called himself Mr. Twisty or some shit like that. But then like, he didn't realize that the program that did that could just undo it. So like fucking FBI just was like, oh yeah, the thing just looked at the pixels and was like, oh yeah, that's his face. It's like, well, that's what you get. I mean, you're a fucking kiddie fiddler and you're a dumbass. But yeah, so someone requested Mr. Pants in a desperate attempt to scream to the world what happened to them. And Aaron, did someone request Banjo Tooie or were we playing
Yes,
that for
that was
your
Delta
amusement?
Plus.
Okay, so who requested that?
Delta Plus.
Delta Plus. All right. That sounds like a fucking knockoff Transformer.
It does.
Yeah. This is my third party Ultra Magnus called Delta Plus. He's a reasonably good car carrier, but the robot form has a munted face.
I saw that that tweet you posted about the G1 Ratchet, and holy shit, dude, it's a crime against nature. That thing.
Well, okay, so like, because it's the very first wave of Transformers. So the Transformer cartoon that we got was made well after the fact. So originally they were called Diaclone, and they were just a Japanese mech company. And I knew some of them were mechs, but I didn't know. Apparently, all of them were. But like, the Ratchet and they were supposed to have dudes in them. And that's why the thing would stand up and the glass would just be there so the dude inside could look out.
Right.
And apparently the people who made the cartoon either had too much artistic integrity to do something that lame, or because originally it was just going to be like a build more similar and it was going to have the face projected onto the windshield like some kind of fucking, and that would have sucked. That would have been fucking terrible. And they rightfully went with something else. And so now these days you can actually, you've got Masterpiece Ratchet and Masterpiece Ironhide, and because like back in the day they just take the same character and paint them different colors.
Right.
And those were two separate toys there.
Fuck that, bro.
And they have maintained that into the Masterpiece line in a few situations. And there are some where I can't, because I already have Ratchet and I kind of want fucking Ironhide because I did like Ironhide. But there's a few situations where it's just like, no, that like I just don't fucking care. Like I have Prowl, and there's also like fucking Streak, and Streak's just Prowl. It's like the same fucking build, and it's just like, Streak didn't really have much of a fucking character. It wasn't very interesting. I mean, I'm getting some Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. They're brothers. But they have a fairly different robot mode, so. So I'm glad you all tuned in to Gabriel talks about his rapidly growing Transformers collection.
Hey,
That got out of hand hard.
Hey, it's good to have a passion. Yours just is expanding rapidly. You've got the fucking guns. You've got the fucking emulation. Now you got Transformers in the mix.
I laid off the fucking. I only have 2 gel blasters.
No, I'm talking about the light gun stuff.
Oh yeah, no, that's still a problem. I haven't fully solved it yet. Well, at the start of this fucking pandemic, I was in the process of getting a new arcade cabinet built for myself. It was gonna be a full size. I was gonna have like a fucking 40-inch fucking screen in it, and then that's why I got like the fucking proper gun and the better light fucking thing. And I can't be bothered getting some of these games to fucking work because I'm getting them to work on what is a fucking tiny little, like a 20-inch fucking, 4x3 screen. And some of these now are getting up to the point where they're natively 16:9. So it's like, I need like, and I've gotten used to playing with a lot of the fucking bezels and stuff from like my, playing like fucking TurboGrafx games on my TV. So I was like, you know what, I can just do that. And then it'll be bigger. Then I'll have, having a bigger screen for shooting games like that is important.
Yeah.
You can't do it on a fucking small screen because you're not really doing anything then. Just kind of angling. You're not moving the gun around. Just tilting it slightly to fucking, because any greater movement than that, you're just like, well, I'm off screen now. Fuck me. You gave me your hiccup. That's the problem. You coughed an old lady into my throat. And then what? Day fucking whatever the fuck that shit is.
Apparently, we never put the very last episode live. I don't know.
Why do you say we when you say that? Because I feel like that's an Aaron job.
Well, it's just,
imagine if I didn't write something. I was like, yeah, me and Aaron forgot to write that article.
I'll just say,
I know. It's just funny because we're talking about
it's odd because, they appear in order and it's usually very easy to schedule and things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just must have missed it. So there's a lost episode there.
Well, honestly, like YouTube could make it, well, especially like with the old place when the upload still took like overnight.
Yeah.
Like it fucks you up because you click 2 things, you walk away, and then you just forget what you've fucking done sometimes. Like,
oh no, it's rough days.
I mean, how long does uploading take now?
Like, I'm uploading 30 gig files in like an hour.
That's nuts. Like that is fucking nuts because that would take me like that's a set forget. Like
that's like 8 hour plus.
Yeah,
on
like no, that's like
connection.
Overnight. Like that's it. That computer can't be touched for like the next 12 hours.
That's the thing is,
what's
like,
that last thing that's written in karate? I can't see what
that was
is.
Gundam.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I had Gundams.
Gundam.
Oh, that's cool. That's like, look at that. We forgot we had something, and now we don't have to do an extra fucking bit of recording. That's nice. That's fun. I enjoy that.
So the other thing I want to slightly talk about before we let you go, is DMCA. What that entails, that's come up in the media a bit lately.
Run DMCA, yeah.
So the DMCA is the Digital Media Copyright Act, which was signed in 1998. So very fucking outdated.
Yeah.
To a point for digital copyright. So just for like what that means is,
It's like when was Napster?
I don't fucking even know.
I'm gonna look that up.
So
I think
to
that
give
might be
you
either
an idea, companies basically went, "Hey, you can't show our shit places. You can't buy this movie and like show your VHS off and stuff." And that they transfer that to digital. Of course, what this thing doesn't account for, contracts and laws, as streaming services came out, and very famously,
yeah, because the first able to release the Napster was 2002. So this is before like fucking
So Scrubs is a prime example I use because it's gone through 3 music changes over its life. Its original release was TV and VHS, and that's what it was contracted for. When it went to streaming services, that didn't exist. So suddenly, streaming services, the music companies going, "Hey, you need to give us money because we need to recontract this. Oh, this was a huge part of your show? Yeah, we know about your show. We know about the price of your show and what your price is like, what you've gone over the years and your ratings. Give us this much money." And most companies just go, "No," and then just replace it. Because like
it's a separate track.
It's a separate track. You know, Bill Lawrence, the writer, the producer, the owner, he doesn't own it anymore.
Yeah.
He's long gone. He's just, he just gets royalties. And they don't go, "Oh, we need to keep the artistic integrity of it." We just go, "We need to save money."
Yeah, so they just...
But sometimes you'll see in Scrubs songs that are very instrumental, like Queen song Under Pressure, that stayed in because literal lines from the show and characters sing it.
Yeah.
So they have to do it in. So you imagine the prices they're going to have to pay.
They went through this with like fucking Daria, which is really annoying because Daria was an MTV show. And so Daria had access to shitloads of fucking music and they used that. And they also used it, again, as, part of a thematic connection and framing elements of jokes and episode ideas and, entire points. Like this whole thing is like, Scrubs does it as well, where like the songs peak at certain, and it's like, this is part of the fucking moment.
It's part of the experience,
you kind of like sap that out. There's something called like, I think Daria, like Redux, if you like Google that, someone basically got the DVD quality Daria rips and then resynced the fucking actual music tracks up, which is nice. And I mean, I'm assuming there's something for Scrubs as well. You can probably just pirate shit.
So, but anyway, we're not talking about that. I'm just using that as an example of copyright. So the music industry has at its core always been this festering, archaic blight because they use what you just talked about, that thematic connection and everything to go, music is the most important thing. Yeah. So our artists deserves to get paid. Well, and by that they mean
them.
The giant CEOs sitting in the ivory towers of billions of ill-gotten gains.
Well, that's the thing that scares a lot of them the most is like now they're completely unnecessary. Like because their job as middlemen was something once, but like not anymore.
It's not anymore. So what happened, Gabe? COVID hit, and so music sales went down. What are modern music sales? Where do you hear it? Out. A lot of music you will hear out. Well, most people anyway.
Yeah. well, I mean, I don't listen to the radio.
Stuff like that.
I listen to the same crap over and over again on Spotify. That's it. Like,
but the average person might go to the shop. They might hear a song and then they might Shazam it or whatever, and that new music and Spotify and things like that. But the music industry wasn't happy enough that it's losing sales, so it started to force its grip to areas it shouldn't really, frankly, poke its fucking nose in because it doesn't understand. So you might have seen it, but Twitch got hit hard. Twitch for a long time, for about a year and a half, they've had laws where basically say, "Hey, you can't stream licensed music." It's not, it's always a blind eye. The platforms always turn a blind eye to it and let people do it because why wouldn't you? It drives music sales. It drives growth.
Well, I mean,
you might watch someone
when you
playing.
say stream licensed music, like just play the song.
So, for example, when I stream, I used to use Spotify.
Right,
and I'd have like an artist and like an album picture pop up, like you'd be watching, like that. Because like I play games like Destiny where it's very repetitive. I'm playing PvP, so it's only gun sounds.
Yeah.
So that music was filler, and a lot of people would discover new music and stuff. Like a lot of people would use Spotify and things like that, and have Spotify playlist links through it. So the discovery was high. Yeah. So the music industry went, no, we're going to tighten down this and fuck you. The problem is live streaming is a complete different beast. YouTube exists with protections. If we stream live music on YouTube and Sony goes, "Hey, you're streaming our music," I go, boom, we're taking your ad revenue.
Yeah.
Or you can cut out the song or, not put ads on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are options. You're protected. They don't just go, "Fuck you, fuck your channel." The problem is it's a live stream. I've already made the revenue.
Yeah.
It's because people have watched it. I'm generating the revenue as people are watching it from ads and things like that. So they can't take that money. I've already earned that money. And that's the problem. And they've come down like a fucking hammer and started striking channels. And what happens when you 3 strikes on a channel? The channel gets deleted. It's done. It's gone.
So do they not like message you?
Well, they can't. Because that's the thing. That's what they've put in place to protect their
so it's
asses.
just auto, like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jesus.
So it's a big problem. And I think a lot of people aren't taking it serious enough because the biggest problem is not playing licensed music on top of other video games. It's playing video games that include licensed music.
Yeah, see, that's the bit that sort of gets me because I figured that would be part of the game. Like, if it's in the game, it's in the fucking game. Like, that's
it is. That's correct. Yeah. But when you buy that game and you accept that license, you're accepting not to broadcast that. So, for example, if you're driving in GTA and you got the radio on, it's licensed music's playing, I'll ping you for that. You know, Just Dance. They can strike you for Just Dance, the game that's centered around the music. Yeah. Same with Rock Band and Guitar Hero. They've essentially...
that's one of those situations where it's like, you're not getting between someone unfairly enjoying the artist's work because nobody ever is going to tune into a stream of a fucking game of Grand Theft Auto to hear the fucking music in the background of the talking and the other bullshit going on.
Yeah.
Like, you are
sad
miserably
little
retarded
fucking human
and you
being.
be in charge of anything.
Holy shit.
So again, the absolute best, worst thing it's doing is someone will hear that song and go, "Oh, that's a good song. What one's that?"
And then might actually, buy it.
Yeah, someone might actually purchase music. Like,
it's like the crazy thing is, dude. Like the amount of people that come to go, dude, your playlist is sick, and they'd put the playlist command in and they'd listen to it.
Yeah,
and it's through Spotify. So every time they're playing it, the artist is getting paid. And so if you're a streamer or if you do streaming or anything, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Please, please, please don't fall down this pit hole. You've got artists coming out, like Dragon Force came out and go, yeah, you could stream our music. We won't strike you and shit. They're an artist. They're not a label. They don't own those rights and those striking abilities. So if you run the risk and you play it and you get striked, yeah, they might sort it out for you. But how long that might take? And
you're relying on,
exactly,
like an individual basically.
They've said it. So I pay $5 USD a month to Monster Cat, and they do a variety of electronic and sort of rock music, and I get whitelisted. My channel gets added to their database, so if they going through claims and they see those songs and my name, I'm whitelisted. They can't get me. That's a protection. I have a physical contract in place, and that's what you got to start thinking about to protect yourself. Because things like Twitch and streaming, all that stuff, it's all fucking breaking copyright infringement. And that's the thing. These dumbass, fucking stupid, archaic laws that are keeping these old bastards' pockets lined just for a little bit longer before they kick this bucket is holding us back so much. Because, like, up until now, bro, my new game's coming out. Here's the 30 of the top streamers. Just play my game. Here's $500. Boom. Like,
and I really like...
They're fucking it for everyone.
Yeah, because talk to game companies about whether or not they like their game is being streamed, because they do.
They do?
They really like that.
Because you're giving them free fucking publicity.
Yeah. No, again, it's like, I always love that thing of people thinking me watching someone play a game is to playing a game as me watching somebody else fuck is to me fucking. It's like porn exists. You know what's still popular? Fucking. You know why? Because it's a little bit different. Just a tad different actually fucking being the person doing the goddamn thing. You know? Seeing a game played, well, if it's good, is I'm not going to sit down and go, somebody else do this. No, I want that.
Yeah.
I want to have that. It's an experience. It's something I interact with.
And that's the thing is, video games companies cottoned onto this very early because at first a few were very against people streaming their games and giving away the experience, but then they realized, hey, wait, our sales are just going up because more people are experiencing it and wanting to see it because they're like, hey, because they're sick of reviews going, hey, man, this is the best thing ever. Thanks for the cash. But you see someone playing it raw for 10 minutes, you might go, hey,
You can learn a lot about a game just watching somebody fucking play it.
Yeah.
That's really more than anything else, more than curated fucking bits of goddamn, a video review online. If you just sit and watch it, can't push start and actually get going, you can see a lot of how the fucking
Yeah.
game works.
Because fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was announced with like all the music in it except for a few tracks. Can't stream that.
I think it was like 2, which is really impressive. They managed to get a lot of that in there.
It was 5 tracks left out overall.
I mean, that's not a fucking lot.
No, it's not. But that's the thing. You can't stream that game now. Gotta turn the music off.
Yeah, no, that is nuts. Because
Like that's an essence of the game.
Yeah, and again, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'd like to hear fucking, Guerrilla Radio. I'll look through Twitch to find somebody streaming Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, and then hope that they happen to have Guerrilla Radio come up at some point. Like, the idea is, if it was literally just me streaming, high quality streams of like your music,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, because that's, I'm literally just delivering people the experience and circumventing some process, regardless of what you may feel about the utility or validity of that process as it exists today. There's at least an argument to be made there. The idea that being able to kind of pick up the fucking song over the other shit is equivalent to stealing the fucking song is fucking brain damaged.
Just that old fucking fear, man.
No,
they're old and they're fearful.
Most of them are actually functionally useless. Now that fucking people can just connect directly with music and the people who make it, and then pay the person who makes it straight away, what use is that entire fucking infrastructure? And I hope that fucking thing collapses, because it's like, in a period where like, all right, yeah, there's like a fucking, there's no bridge, and there's me. And I brought my stick and I have a fucking boat and I get people, I go back and I go across and I go back and I go across and people pay me like fucking $5 and that's my job is to get people. That's why I'm built a bridge. And then there's just me standing in the middle of the bridge telling other people that you got to pay me. Like, why?
Yeah.
Did you build the bridge? No.
You operate it?
You operate? No. I have put
in the way.
myself between you and the thing you want, and I want money because that's just how it used to work, and I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, it drives me literally insane that they're trying to hold on to this.
So YouTube's got a defensive mechanism built in for this. I mean, what the fuck? Isn't Twitch Amazon? Like, can't they just swing some of that big honking great dick? Like,
the big issue, the core issue is it's live streaming, and the revenue and the law exists in places that just doesn't. There's no like, and that's why I think Twitch should stand up and fight this as the first and get others involved and with Amazon, because it's mind-blowingly bad for everyone involved. No one is getting a benefit out of this.
Because I feel like, when GTA 6 comes out, they're gonna want that streamed.
Yeah.
Like, Rockstar aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, nobody fucking streamed GTA 6. Like, I feel like Rockstar have the money sitting around to fight.
Or someone's going to start like Rockstar. They'll just cop it on the chin and just tell people to do it.
Yeah.
And they'll say, we'll get you or something stupid. And that's all it'll take. It'll take one company with enough money
Just go,
to stand up and go, no. And we are going to see the pressure.
You wrote this 22 years ago. You're fucking stupid.
You're going to see the pressure over the next coming year, because you're going to have console releases. You're going to have big new game releases that feature licensed music that are going to be triggered by a lot of them. It's just, if a new Guitar Hero ever comes out and another music game, get in the water from the get-go.
Yeah.
A game like that needs that publicity.
Yeah. Like, it really...
Like,
I mean, yeah, you just basically can't stream, those games are out.
Dude, like, literally people who play rhythm games, their channels, like, the whole core concept of their channel is just gone, sorry, gone. I've got mates who are DJs who do DJ sets on streams.
Yeah.
And no, just gone. Can't do it. Sorry. It's just like, you're wrecking this for so many people, and you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you know what I did? I canceled my Spotify account. No one gets paid, because I only listen to it on stream.
Yeah.
So the artists I listen to don't even get paid now, because what did I do? I've got my physical CD collection still. I've got those backed up to FLAC. I only listen to the same stuff, so put them on my iPod, put it in the car, boom, done. They're not getting money. People aren't discovering the music. It's just such a brain dead, easy fucking move to me. But hold on to that dollar for a little bit longer, brother.
Hold on to that
dollar. Like, streaming has nearly killed it anyway.
And then...
Fantastic. Oh, the
Yeah.
second one.
I mean, you know, uh, like, cause that is a weird one because that affects a lot. It also affects a lot of what is Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even if you take away, it's like, all right, don't play fucking. You should just get like non-copyright music, classical. Well, classical music.
Oh no,
would be
dude, a
fucking
lot of
great.
people are just finding non-copyrighted stuff and like,
Just some woman singing old nursery rhymes. You know, just you're playing fucking Destiny, and there's just a kindly voiced lady singing "Pop Goes the Weasel" on repeat in the background. I think those two go together.
funny thing is, dude, there's like some artists that are on Twitch and they get fucking struck for their own music.
That's funny. I
And
always like that one.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Because that means it's like your system's fucked. That's the
Yeah.
person who literally made that.
yeah. He's the person that's ostensibly being protected by this system.
Like, fuck me. It's a joke. So they just need to we need to define this new millennium with a lot of stuff. Just so much digital
I think,
content.
I think a copyright law written in 1998 probably wasn't prepared for
No.
fucking a lot of what's happened in the last
fucking
10
no.
years, man. Like, you know, that's
Like, I don't blame them. But that's why you need to make amendments. You need to update
you
these
need,
things.
you need to understand. Well, I mean, again, I think fundamentally there are people involved in this situation who are desperately trying to prevent
Oh,
people realizing that they don't provide any value anymore.
100%.
That they should be effectively jobless.
and the same, probably on the exact same foot, there's people probably in that agency fighting tooth and nail to get those people out and change shit.
You'd hope.
You hope. It has to, because, like, they're dying. New people are coming.
Mm.
Like, surely you're still going to get a few people that always get taught with the old ways and bait it into them, but common sense surely is
There's
going
no
to win out in the
chance.
end. Just for the benefit of everyone.
Yeah.
Because, like, every bad decision in history,
I'm
like,
surprised Twitch hasn't. Like, what has there been some kind of official statement from them? Like,
well, they sort of said, it's the law, it's outside of their hands, these are the guidelines, please try
Yeah.
to stick to them, that sort of thing.
'cause what
If they are
what if it's
developing
like,
something to
you just
fight
can't
it,
stream rhythm games. That's out.
yeah, if they are fighting,
I do feel like that's. I feel like that's a fight that Rockstar's going to have if GTA 6 comes out in the next like 2 years or something. Because again, there's going to be licensed music in it somewhere, and they want people to play that fucking game on the fucking internet so people can go, oh, that
dude,
looks fun and get
remember,
it. Like,
remember Rockstar got sued twice for tracks from artists.
No.
So in the past, they've been sued from copyright infringement multiple times for going over their
that's right, 'cause
contracts
I
and
remember
stuff.
fucking one of the fucking Steam editions of it got updated to have a bunch of songs from it.
Yeah. So they're not shy for throwing their money around when the lawyers around.
But why have made like again like I feel like we don't talk like because like Steam's rich as shit. Like they are rich as fucking creases. I remember fucking the last time, Gabe Newell gave an actual interview where he answered real questions about the business and not just like retarded shit. He was talking about getting into like hardware, as in not like controllers, building new GPUs and CPUs,
Yeah.
which is an insane, like the amount of fucking startup capital you have to have for that to be a viable fucking option is
Chips,
ridiculous.
bro. Yeah.
And you know they're fucking rich, but like also, Rockstar sit on these fucking games that do nothing but seem to print fucking currency.
And they come
Like,
back. They just come back. Like, the PlayStation 5 announcement kicks off and it's like Rockstar. It's like, oh my God, what's this? GTA 5. It's like, bro.
That was funny. That
Like-
was funny.
Let me
That
see if I
made me
can bring up
chuckle.
the actual fucking video for it because holy shit, it is low res and it has a PS4 logo in the corner and it's fucking funny as fuck.
uh,
Oh, this is the trailer, but it doesn't have the.
yeah, it doesn't look
Logo.
like fucking shit.
But it's still pretty fucking. Like this is supposed to be PS5.
I mean, like,
Like
it's weird because you could just imagine that this would be like, oh yeah, and it's going to be part of PS5's deal, downloadable shit. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It was a big game. Yeah, you could probably, upscale the fucking resolution or put some of the fucking more effects in or something. Like they did an update to fucking not Grand Theft Auto, fucking Saints Row the Third, and it's like ridiculously good. Like it's a massive update. Like they changed the fucking graphics. Like it doesn't look like a piece of shit. It's really weird.
Like, I don't give a fuck about GTA 5
2021.
again.
When did that come out? Like, that's like 6 years ago now, at least.
Like,
'cause I was
I don't give a
still
fuck.
back in the old house. Yeah.
Unless they said, hey, this new version has a fucking new campaign in it, single player campaign.
Yeah,
I'd fucking, I'd jump back in.
I
But
thought of like downloading it and playing it again, just
But
you know, have
why?
a roll through. Well, because I barely remember it,
okay.
and like I think I played through the main camp. Like I didn't play the multiplayer or anything like that. Like so I was just like, oh yeah, I don't know. And like I feel like there's some things that Rockstar games do really well, but like there's that frustrating thing where they don't know how to create a physical map of missions that occur within their giant overworld, make half of the fucking space they've got feel well utilized.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, it's a fucking sandbox, but you know the thing about a sandbox? The sand in the top left corner is the same as the sand in the bottom right corner. You know, you have to think, you have to get creative. Otherwise, the sand that I'm sitting in right now, I'd have no reason to move. And like, that's one thing that fucking, Witcher did really fucking well was like, the whole world had like, really map it physically. You got to think about where your missions take you. What goes on there? Will it have little splinters that can can make you explore the place? And like, granted, it's easier with a fantasy world because you have reasons to just go down every little nook and cranny in a fantasy world because there might be a fucking dragon or some shit down there. What's down an alley? Shit.
I just find with Rockstar, they're just, as you said, the world is boring and their missions are just so archaic in so many
All
of
the
them.
missions in Red Dead Redemption. Let's go here. Here's basically a cutscene you can kind of interact with. Well, that was that. And that was it. Like, all the missions were just 3-step missions.
Which I fucking hate, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking boring. It's from, that was impressive in Grand Theft Auto 3.
That's why I think that, like, Saints Row made that sort of punchiness for itself because every mission was, like, as the games got on, like, by the third one, missions were insane. It's like, oh, here's a choice between having zombies or Burt Reynolds.
Yeah,
it's
like they lean into the ridiculousness factor to at least, like, yeah, there's something funny happens now.
And it enriched their world for it. It felt much more alive and believable because the characters went places. You did things. Like, fuck. GTA 5 looks so good, but it is such a shallow sandbox.
One of the big problems was like Trevor and whatever the main character's name was, Michael, were old dudes with a history, and that gives him a big back catalog of character. And then there's like a kid that's 22. And like
he just gets like ridden fucking out.
Yeah, he's just kind of
away.
there. And it's like, all right, they give him a little bit, but like he needed a lot more stuff to sort of flesh him out a little bit.
100%, dude.
But again, like that's the thing. Like you can beat that game fairly fucking quickly.
If you do, just the standard mission structure, just boom, you can just keep it
like,
rolling.
And again, like you gotta.
It has some really good set pieces though, and that's why I'm sad it never kind of came together because you finish the game and
there are games that do set pieces better though, like the fucking
100%.
What's the dude Lara Croft? The PlayStation.
Fucking Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted. Those games do set pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Like fucking Last of Us 2. Those games both have amazing set pieces.
Yeah.
Like there's like the PlayStation, like Sony really kind of nail the set PC game kind of thing.
I agree, 100%. But what I'm sort of getting at is
like
it has a few set pieces that you sort of
like
lean
when
into.
you're chasing your fat kidneys on the boat. And
Those are exciting.
Yeah.
But they're only ever tastes.
Well, yeah, but
and then nothing.
Well, yeah, I know nothing else happens.
And it's like,
that's the thing that makes Red Dead Redemption
where's the best
fucking thing.
Where's the best experiences in GTA 5? Oh, they're all online because their heists actually have scripted story and video and everything, but you've got to play the online to do them. And it's like, I don't want to do that because why? I'm behind. If I ever even try, I won't have anything. I'd have to grind so hard to catch up, and I don't want that because I'm playing GTA for experience.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm not fundamentally that interested in its online. No, I guess it's okay if they want to make something.
I just want to experience the heist, dude. Like if they just went, you and I could jump into a heist, like just co-op without having to go. We can, but we have to grind. Or we can find someone. I'm sure one of our viewers has shitloads of money.
Just the two of us, we couldn't like it. What happens if we try to do a heist or like a small one? Can we do a little one? Can we just like let's just rob a fucking Mr. Whippy?
I think we need at least 4 of us.
That's a bit of a bummer. Like I mean, like there should be like just 2-man jobs. You know, I understand there being like 4-mans and shit, but there should be like some beginners.
I don't know. I remember there was one guy who was
2 guys can rob a thing.
One of their guys was
saying, like, you know,
super into GTA. Fucking if you're still around, bro, post in the comments and like tell us if you could fund a heist. Like,
Just that sentence just makes the whole process seem a little bit nuts to me.
I like it. It's a bit of realism. We got to ring, old mate Boots. Boots, get the stuff. I don't want to be shot. Heists are cool, man. That was the best part of that game, was planning those heists, in my opinion. And also sacrificing people to the cult. That was funny. It gave me super anxiety going underwater in that game. It was very realistic for the time.
Yeah.
Because you had to dive, you could dive down to there was a plane wreck off the coast.
Under the sea.
And it had like $1 million in it. And I wanted it. And it respawned, so I kept going down there.
Yeah.
I was fucking having anxiety attacks. This wasn't good.
Apparently they've mapped like quarter of the ocean floor now. They're doing them. People are mapping the floor.
Fuck that.
They're gonna find the things there, and they're gonna find things down there. They're gonna awaken something.
Japan have warned us for the past 30 years with Godzilla movies. Like, come on.
They've been trying. That is like the best way they've got to try and explain.
If the thing rises out of the ocean,
It's the best communication system they have.
if something comes out of the ocean, I'm telling you, volcanoes are next. Something's going to come out of a volcano. They're going to forge, fight.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
I mean, like, if hopefully they'll fight somewhere else. Nothing really fights much in Australia.
All the Godzilla movies have been in Japan. That's pretty close.
It is pretty close. Yeah, but like
Where are they going to go after they fuck up Japan?
China.
Yeah, that's pretty
China,
close. Yeah.
China, like they'll get tired around China.
Depends how
China
much
will
they
put up a
like
good fight.
water.
Yeah. See, the good thing about Australia is there's like, considering how little the people bits are compared to the not bits, you got good odds of them fucking, because they're monsters. They don't care.
I think we could just go inland.
Yeah, like it's possible they'll just wander, like they'll just wander in the middle bit. Like we got a map up there right now. Like you see the bit where my fingers are? That is the very edge of the habitable fucking, eastern fucking side of it. Like, you see all the yellow stuff? That's just no people place. And that's not even a fucking joke. Even the top left has some green bits, but like nobody fucking goes there. Like, you Google Earth that cunt. And it is Mars. And you will not see houses or like, habitable environment. Because people don't fucking live
Why
there.
they sold a lot of land to China.
Hair grows on the ring, not the hole. Like,
You really should not have sold that land to China.
what are they going to do with it?
I mean, I don't know.
Busy fucking...
But I don't fucking like it.
They're busy oppressing their own people. And that's a full-time job. There are a lot of Chinese.
That's true. I just get scared of testing in the middle of Australia.
Yeah.
Like, because if Uluru gets too pissed off and it gets up,
If Uluru wakes up, then we're in trouble.
we don't have a Kuma to put it down.
He exploded the rock. Just Aborigines looking up at him, it's like, man, we just fucking got the white cunts off there. Why are you up there? Punch.
Fucking
single. That's like the only thing out here. Why'd you have to do that? Fucking,
You looked at me funny.
Yeah. Go belt Mount Everest or something. Like,
That's where it should
hasn't
go.
Japan got a mountain in it? Go hit that.
Yeah. One of the
I
biggest
suppose
ones.
it's not one rock though. That's the fucking thing. Like a mountain's like just, a bunch of shit. Like a mountain's just the ground, but it's up. Like where Uluru was like, it's just a rock. It's like some cunt pegged a rock.
I
on Earth
reckon
and
you
it just
could have
kinda
persuaded
stuck
him to go fuck off and try to hit a mountain. Because I was like, this is just a rock. It's one thing. Of course you can
there.
break
it's
one thing. A mountain
Yeah,
is
I
a
could probably do it.
killer.
If I practiced, like, if I could be bothered. I
Yeah.
ate right and practiced, If I gave myself over to the fucking Satsui no Hado, I could punch a fucking mountain. That's, anybody could. That's the whole point of the fucking Satsui no Hado.
What would you like to fight? One Akuma, no Satsui, or a class full of children, like kindergartens, but with the Satsui no Do?
Oh, I reckon I could, I put up a decent fight against fucking pre-Satsui no Hado.
I want to see the children teleporting.
Yeah, no, I don't want to fight, like, because they're still, like, little Hadoukens still hurt. Like, I'm not
But
dealing
they're
with...
babies, so they don't really have directional control.
okay, like, you got to steady this on, because like, I don't want to punch a baby, even if it is an evil baby.
It's got Satsui no Do. It's got the killing intent.
No, but, like, it's still a baby. Like,
If it grabs you, it's ripping your junk off.
that's what toddlers do that. Like, they'll just grab whatever's fucking available on a reef.
Yeah, but imagine your junk and then now he's on the other side of the room with your
like,
junk.
pre-fucking Satsui Akuma, is just
No, I'm
is
talking
just a
down.
fit
I'm talking
dude.
about Akuma
Yeah.
as he is now, but without the killing intent in him. So he's still pretty powerful.
So he's just like
he's not
a
Goki.
wellness podcaster. Like
Yeah. He's still like he's
still do
kind of
Hadoukens.
chilled down. He smokes weed every
so
day.
like no, but like before he went off and before he got consumed by the demonic energy, but he could still do Hadouken. When he was like Gotetsu's student.
Pretty much, but that on steroids. Yeah. He's a bit better.
Well,
he's at the height of his abilities.
Like I don't know because he still
He
has
can still
Hadoukens.
throw fireballs.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Okay.
Like I can't.
Okay, he
do
can't
that.
throw fireballs.
Well, yeah, then he's just a
He
guy.
can do a spinning kick though.
That's fine.
Alright.
Fucking like go look at Capoeira. They can do that. I mean, that's honestly the hurricane kick is not an effective technique outside of video games.
True.
And I mean, I say this as someone who used to do lots of fucking taekwondo. Like, there's ways that shit can work. The hurricane kick is probably the least fucking
I
effective
reckon
of it.
all we got to do is we got to get you in the pose
Stick a
to
foot
do
out.
it, and it's like like one of those rip cords.
Yeah.
Zoom, and then off you go. Do they ever do those? Do they do rip cords for Street Fighter characters?
I saw someone stick one on top of the fucking fan, like thing that you push to make the fan like oscillate.
What's it called?
It's weird how oscillate like, huh?
What are those things called?
I don't know, man. You keep up to date on more of these things than I do. I don't know what the
What's the
fuck.
zip thingies?
Like Beyblade?
Rip cords.
Like ripcord, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Spin Warrior.
That is definitely not what
I
I'm
don't know
looking for.
does. But what is that supposed to do? Get ready versus spin. Read the description.
Spin to win with versus Rip Spin Warriors.
Yeah, that thing is gonna spin around, man. I mean, upside down, maybe. Maybe the head stays in place and the fucking body spins.
Is there a video of this thing in action?
Keith Urban. Okay, what the fuck? What the hot fuck is it that
He just took ripcord.
God fucking damn it, man. Go find the Spin Warrior and Rip Spin Warrior video because we might
Rip
Torn, but he's dead. Well, that guy looks like if The Rock had cancer. Go back, seriously. One of these guys. I mean, not him, the other one. Cancer The Rock.
Oh, man.
All right, what the fuck do these do? Show us them doing the things. That's fucking hilarious. Is that the Stay Puft Marshmallow? What the fuck? I knew it.
Oh, that's
There
pretty
you
cool.
go. All right, so these are actual things. Oh fuck me.
Heads pop off. Wow.
They impacted a lot harder than I thought. That you've already lost your head, dude. You got one job is to not make them look easily breakable. And there you go. So that's
actually insane.
That's living the dream. Except they've got an even wilder. I wouldn't have put them on a fucking glow stick fucking endurance course thing, but
Yeah.
there they go. Yeah, that was the Hadouken one too. His little fucking Hadouken. Now he's gonna make his friend wear a dress and prance about for his amusement.
He's right.
That's
in the
how
rulebook.
the Rip Fighters. Yeah, the whole thing was just about forced transvestism. Is an old lady gonna come out of inside you again?
I don't know.
Are we gonna get to hear it?
I don't feel good.
Did you chug a bunch of your homemade gutter hash oil?
Oh God, no! Never doing that again. That's, I don't ever want to be in that state of inebriation.
I just soaked some weed in some fucking oil.
Look, it was ghetto as fuck, but holy shit, that was potent.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I wasn't expecting it to be that much because I made brownies out of it afterwards another time, and they were really good brownies. So I just need to not drink it because it has curds in it, of the weed, lumps of it, and then mixing with the tapioca was probably the downfall. I say, goodbye.
Classy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know.